What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the NDA Podcast. Myself, Wex, and Kev. No Justin this week. He's I don't know where he's probably looking for some unfortunate female to track down and sniff. But yeah, just gone past week 1 of season 6. In the books, pretty successful. And yeah, week 2 has already started. We'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, me and Kev are just gonna keep it a bit short and sweet this week. Kev has to go eat dinner. It's 11 o'clock for me, so breaking the fourth wall. But yeah,
I wouldn't say it was that successful. Just lots of pain. That's all I feel at this point.
Kev be feeling a lot of pain right now.
We can just. I just want to kind of get it over with, to be honest.
It's like ripping off a band-aid. Just once it's
basically,
gone, it's gone.
Basically, game 1, you know how it normally. What Wex learned week 2, how it usually goes. You know.
Yeah.
You win game 1 because my prep was it worked. Barraskewda did what it needed to do against his team. And then game 2, this dude goes and Dynamaxes a Selgor that gets max grass. You know, just didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Just didn't realize that was even like a possibility.
Yeah, it was insane.
So
Great play, Will.
Yeah, I mean, he led faster fake out, so I couldn't get up a screen. And then a Selgor's obviously faster. And I lived on 5, so I got a hit off, but, you know, I went for the Pikachu and died to my Life Orb. So, like, in hindsight, I now know, you know, you gotta take the small dubs from this. In hindsight, I know that I'm never running Life Orb again on Barraskewda because Expert Belt will do just as well, and I don't, as frail as Barraskewda is, I don't need to take residual damage. So we learned that moving forward, and we learned that a Selgor, I think, gets Energy Ball. I still honestly don't fucking know what he clicked.
I think it was Energy Ball.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, okay, Pikachu with Selgor. Let me go back. Let me go to tried and trusty. I mean, it's not really tried and trusty. It was the first time for week 1, but you know, Let me just go to my Durant, and then man calls it and leads Whimsicott, Chandelure, and yeah, I just lose. You know.
Just a series of unfortunate events. Really, what happened?
Yeah, like I would have been able to. I think he had Infiltrator, which would have just killed Barraskewda, and. You know, and Durant, like, it just was bad. So we just say kudos to Will. He had to go really outside the box, I think, is something to beat me, and it worked.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm in pain.
Still.
Talking about pain, and then talking about pain, you can bring us into our co-host who's out sniffing the town, who shared my misery.
The podcast started on 2. Week 1, he's losing 2-0 to Quartz, and like, I mean, I know Lapras got a lot of kills, but the main thing on Quartz's team was this choice banded Trevenant.
Banded Tum baby.
The Tum just went in, especially near the end of game 2. It's incredible. Like, know as well, Justin, I think he must have prepped in about 2 seconds. I think
Justin brought 2 electric types with electric attacking moves and T-Wave on Meowstic in front of a lightning rod. That was interesting. He also didn't know Cannonade didn't hurt Lapras. That was another thing Justin didn't know, which was kind of funny.
I mean, a few questionable decisions throughout both games, but
yeah, we'll see how he bounces back. And not only was it just banded Trevenant, which like obviously did well, but the banded move is Horn Leech, so he just took all that HP from G-Max Blastoise. It was very, very big. And then Max Como in the back kind of just sealed the deal, man.
Really good.
I really rate Quartz for not bringing his top 2. I think it kind of really makes sense to not bring Charizard or Corviknight in this fight. So big shout out to Quartz.
For new fans and new coaches, this is probably the most Quartz thing I've ever seen. Is not bringing your top 2 to game 1, week 1. It's like, yeah, that's what to expect. You prep for his top 2. Nah, mate, they're not coming. No, not open hell. Like, Quartz will do anything in his power to not use his best 2 Pokemon, but just Quartz. But yeah, honestly, Quartz is looking really good. I'm not gonna lie, everyone looked really good. Week 1, all around, everyone had a great weeks, except Kev.
I think
everyone showed flashes of like, with the exceptions of like you losing to like Excelgor, Max Overgrowth, which is difficult enough to predict. Like, other than the exception of like stuff like that, everyone had really good showings. Like, it's been a great week.
I like going back to my matchup, like I just like, not to toot my own horn, but like it's more to like give Will credit. Like, I guess I've had Will's number in the past, and he brought out very niche things that you just don't like. This is the beauty of Draft League. It's like I can get mad all I want, but like at the end of the day, this is why we play this format. Like, my man's just won against me, who statistically does well against him and in the league. He just beat me with a Max Excelgor. Like, it's so sick. So just fair plays to Will all around. Like, it's just kudos. That's why we play, man. So sick. Yeah. Like, looking back on it, I can give full props. In the moment, I was very salty, of course.
One of the funniest things, or one of the most interesting things that happened this week was Germ's game against Riolu. And game 1, Golden Vulpix just kind of existed. It just kind of sat there, set up a veil. As Blizzard, it got tracked.
Bro, yeah, I mean, that was really smart. Like, he made sure he ran male Vulpix, and he's got 2 Indeedee and Hatterene are both always female.
Always female. So like, Germ.
It's just genius. This is what Draft League. And Riolu didn't realize that it was not fairy type, so when he maxed Hawlucha, he went for Poison Jab into it, and it lived on 3. And bro, I shit you not, the Blizzard and freeze dry damage that thing did into like both of it, like the freeze dry damage into Kingler and the Blizzard into Hawlucha and Indeedee was honestly nuts. I think if Germ won that game despite clicking Mach Punch twice in Psychic Terrain. So like, his turn 1, he faked out Hawlucha in the Psychic Terrain, which was big brain. Like, you can fake out flying types in Psychic Terrain. Yeah. I was like, but I was sitting there wondering. I was like, did Germ remember Psychic Terrain? Like, was that big brain? And then next play he clicked Mach Punch. I was like, nope, he just got lucky.
I honestly thought that like he was locked into something. I was like, oh, surely he didn't do it again. But I was like, fucking hell.
He waited a couple turns. He saw it didn't work. Waited a couple turns, like got some triple axles in, and then went back to Mach Punch. Germ.
This was, I think, their second game of the season, and it was so much all around.
No, it was the first. They played early. They played early because Germ had to leave.
Played early, but they didn't play first, because I remember the first game.
Sure?
Yeah, because the first game was the only game with an ally switch.
Oh yeah, because they played really early. Yeah, they had the first. Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah. That's the highlight of NDA, or the summation of NDA, shall we say?
Because Will, in Game 3, Will Famous says, "I wish this was a Game 1 this season. Screw ally switch bullshit." That was
after Germ. After Germ did win Game 1, Riolu adjusted quite well and picked up the next 2 games. He was not playing around with Germ shenanigans. Like, it was not letting Vulpix single-handedly won Germ that Game 1. And
it was insane. It was insane. I loved it. Speaking of people who picked up dubs, I want to toot my own horn here. Picked up a 2-0 dub.
Here we go.
Lapras, G-Max Lapras, of course. Lapras and getting 5 kills. Some things
don't change, man. We should have banned it.
been 4 seasons, and yeah, it's back better than ever. Well,
I like
in quotation marks.
Mao's strategy, but it's just like
Yes, and Ludicolo was I like Lapras did all the killing, but Ludicolo was just there. Like I'm not gonna lie, my matchup was stupidly good into this team.
yeah, like obviously you want your Dracozolt in front of the Lapras to just Bolt Beak it once and kill it, but like Raichu just stops that. So
yeah.
I do rate the fake tears and energy ball shenanigans from Primarina because it's his best defensive mon in front of Lapras, but like
it's Cotton
at the end of the at the end of the day, it wasn't doing much, and he proc the weakness policy.
What I thought was good was that he used Encore on me with with Cottony.
Yeah, it was payback.
He used it, and I was like, "Oh, this is just revenge." That's like fair enough. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. I played Mel. Mel brought a nice set. He used Encore against me, which I thought was funny as hell. And just in general, Mel had a good game. Just not much he can do considering the matchup he was faced with. Yeah, we can. Go, I think we can go on to one of our newer coaches. That's Iya Boy, faced off against Gummy in week 1.
You watched this one, right? I kind of missed this one when it happened. All I know is Cinderace went crazy.
Yeah, Cinderace, kill leader at the moment. Is Cinderace.
It may have been a mistake to make Cinderace A tier.
Yeah, Cinderace.
That is what I'm discovering.
Cinderace do be clicking buttons because, even though it's not Libero, it's stupidly powerful.
Yeah, I forgot that their max moves are like base 160 power or something stupid like that.
And on top of that, like they ignore they ignore protect. No, they ignore their mold breaker.
They ignore abilities,
Their mold breaker,
Which I don't know how. Like, there's very few situations where it really helps.
Like,
it helps into like Mimikyu.
It helps into like Storm Drain stuff, I guess.
Yeah, like Inteleon if you're fighting a Gastrodon. Yeah, very niche scenarios does it help. I would say the best is Mimikyu scenarios.
Torkoal got a lot of kills as well, picking up random eruption kills. And I think your boy used Ditto a good bit and took the Torkoal. I think he ended up using the Torkoal to destroy the Torkoal at one stage. But Ditto has a few kills, but overall, Gummy played really well. That's what I will say about this game. Gummy looked, out of all the seasons and all the games I've seen Gummy play, this is looking like Gummy's first season, where he may have got a few pointers from Brewster at some stages.
I like to add in game 1, Cinderace lived on 1. And it lived on 1 from an eruption, and Venusaur protected. So with Cinderace out of the picture, I think a healthy max Venusaur would have put Gummy in a really good spot.
Yeah.
It's he could have went on the win game 1, which really stinks for him.
Yeah, he could have easily. It was a 50-50 game. He could have easily come away with a win. It was our highest killing game of the week, of being 11-7. So that's 18 kills. 18.
Yeah.
To double check my math there. So yeah, it was obviously a great game. Nice to see your boy winning his first games. Good precedent. And speaking of new coaches winning their first games, we can go to first game that we had. And that was the Moss Deep City Mudkips beating the Rhyme City Rhydons. New coach Swamp beating Griff. And if you ever wanted to know what the NDA is truly like, watch turn 1 of this game. First ever move this season by Golurk and clicks Ally Switch. I know he's new, but we just
like the fact that it just worked perfectly is so sad too. Like Ally switched into a Thunderbolt. Like
I would have been so happy if the Ally switched and it went horribly wrong. Nothing against Swamp. But just Ally Switch. This league needs to just be rid of Ally Switch. It's perfect example of what this league is like. I want Ally Switch, yep, it's toxic. No.
The karma got back to him because he missed a play rough into Goodra, but he then quickly wised up and Dynamaxed the Mimikyu and just Starfalled the Goodra. And kind of Trick Room was up, he could kill Goodra, and then they kind of just, it was a little too late for Griffin, to be honest.
Yeah. Also, Gummy plays Swamp Week 6, so I'd like to formally apologize to everyone for the amount of ally switching that's going to happen in that game. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to have about 60 in ally switch just from pure spite. Gummy's going to cry. Probably leave. So if you're looking to join the NDA, come back in 5 weeks. We might have a team for you. We might be gone after. Swamp might just get destroyed, but Gummy might just be completely annoyed by the fact that he's just getting ally switched on. He might be. I
played Gummy week 5 the week before that, so I might run some ally switch.
You're gonna send him packing. Just put him in a bad mood, and then Swamp is gonna send him. God knows where.
To the abyss.
Yeah, it was nice to see both of our new coaches getting wins. Shows that we've got some quality coaches coming in this league. They're not bums. So
your boy is I recruited your boy from a different league I'm in, and there's 2 divisions, and since it was his first ever draft league, he was in the lower division, and he actually won the championship in his first ever draft league season, which is pretty cool. So,
congratulations!
Got some
pedigree,
decent talent in here.
Yeah, so we have one more game of last week to go through, and that's our table topper, the San Diego Raichus and Ryder. Was runner-up.
I mean, did we expect anything else? To be honest,
it's a rematch of season 1's final. But
this battle, if there was a title to it, the title of this battle would be called Haze.
I can't see anything because it's just all foggy and hazy.
Yeah, like if this was like an anime battle, like the episode would be Milotic used Haze. Like that would be the title. And I mean, Mac tried to go belly drum Snorlax. He did Ice Shard into weakness policy, Unburden Drifblim. And Milotic clicked Haze. And it was kind of wraps from there.
Max Blossom, though, I like that. You love to see
Max Blossom after a Quiver Dance. I mean, it makes sense here, man. I mean, he's got Moonblast and Giga Drain. That covers a lot. It covers the Seismitoad and Appletun. That freaking Mac. It's like Ryder knew that Mac wasn't bringing Snorlax Clefairy game 1, and it just went off. It was so funny. It's just a Ryder effect, man. And poor Mac brought out some cool techs to beat Ryder. Like pulled out some stops. And, like I said, Milotic clicked Haze.
So the top 10 kills for this week were Mo, Ludicolo, Blossom all on 3, Lucha, Torkoal, Excelgor, and Bisharp all on 4, Rescued and Lapras Gmax on 5, and Cinderace topping on 6. Ryder was finished top after week 1. I was second. Deep City were third.
We don't have to go any lower than that, man. Who cares? It's early, man.
Low
table.
Top 3,
we don't need to go low table.
We
don't need to stoop any lower to losers, man.
Speaking of Ryder, we can go to week 2 and 2 games.
Do you want to say? I feel like we should just save it for next week.
For next week?
Like we'll have a podcast next week, of course. Week to week. We know extras over here.
Okay, so do you just want to end the podcast there?
We can tease them. We had
Ryder
yourself versus Ryder, man. That's gonna be
me versus Ryder.
Gonna be, of course, an interesting one.
We can just say what the games are. So we have Riolu against Kev, which has already happened. Won't spoil it. We have Quartz against Will, which is looking like going to be a good game. Nice New Hampshire / Boston, New England area derby. 2 boys know each other really well. We have Mao against Germ. Someone's going to get their first win of the season. Who will it be? We have Gummy and Justin. Again, someone going to get their first win of the season.
Yeah, so he redeems themselves after a tough loss.
Me versus Ryder, top of the table clash. Won't spoil anything, but it's already happened. Yeah, it was a good game. That's all I'm gonna say. Some highs, some lows, and then we have a big match of our new coaches, the Must City Monkeys.
I'm excited for this one.
And the Denver Numels, whatever you want to call it, facing off this weekend. This is for all our neutrals. This is going to be an exciting game.
This is where G-Max Cinderace and his ability ignoring fire move could really punish Mimikyu and his Trick Room setup. So this is going to be
interesting.
I expect our Moss City Mudkips to be putting in a ton of prep this week. Yeah. I don't know what he's going to do, but his matchup is looking a little shaky.
Yeah. But it's going to be good. I can't wait. I actually can't wait. Yeah, and then our final matchup, if you haven't figured it out already, it's Griff against Mac. And who's going to get their first win? Is Mac going to climb
both
back up?
Also looking for their first win.
So yeah, we have a lot of teams who won last week facing each other. A lot of teams who lost last week facing each other. People trying to get one up on each other. People trying to climb out of the relegation zone. Even though there's no relegation zone. Just people trying to climb into playoffs. People trying to solidify themselves at top of the leaderboard. Everything's going to get shaken up this week. We have a lot of teams facing each other with wins and losses. So the table next week is going to look very different. I'd imagine. For my sake now, I hope not. I hope it stays pretty similar. But I'm probably going to find myself a weird spot next week. Yeah, that's I think that's all we really have to say this week. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I mean, to wrap up, sad week 1, but definitely some fun stuff. That's why we love Draft League. Yeah. It's good to be back, and hopefully next time you hear from us, myself and Ryder will be returning from Milwaukee, and hopefully one of us, hopefully both of us perform quite well in playing in regionals. So that's why we played early this week. It's get it over with so we can travel safely.
Exactly. So
without worrying about anything in Draft League. So
best of luck to the two boys. Hoping to get some pictures, some calls off them. And hopefully we'll be seeing them being interviewed on the Pokemon Twitch channel this week.
That'd be nutty. If one of us get on stream, then that'd be nutty.
Insane. See, though, best from me. Actually, from the bottom of my heart, not just me presenting. So luck to both of you. I know you're going to smash it. I love you both. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a really fun experience. And it's the first official NDA meetup of any kind. So
of people that didn't know each other previously.
Yeah, like you.
First meetup of people in person between me and Ryder.
You have you and Justin, Kurtz and Will, you and Brian,
Eli and the boys.
Eli, Kurtz and Will as well. Yeah, other than that, that's the first one. Hopefully we'll have a few more after that. Maybe for sure. Maybe if you guys come.
Boys trip to Ireland would be the
boys trip
of all time.
Oh my god. Never hear the end of that.
Imagine me, Eli, and Justin pulling up to Ireland. Oh my god. That'd be a time.
I'll be driving you 3 drunks around the place. But, oh well. We're having a good time doing it.
Yes, of course. Always having a good time.
Always. Yeah, it's a nice short one for you guys to watch. Hopefully enjoy. That's all from us today. Okay.
Also, one more thing. If you guys are watching and you're not already in NDA and you play Mario Strikers, join our club. We need players.
We need players who play nice characters, because I made a Donkey Kong. Alright, but we need give us finesse to Mario out of thin air.
Yeah, we need a Luigi and we need a Bowser back, because Bowser does kind of help.
You like Bowser, I hate Bowser at the same time. Every time Bowser is on our team, you're like, oh, we need a Bowser. But then when Bowser's such a shit character. He's so bad. He can't shoot. He can't do anything. It's like, okay, make your mind up. But
he does what Bowser does, which is play good defense, but also shoot hard. But he also just misses every shot, so it's really sad.
Yeah. So Mario Strikers, if you don't go 4v4, we're gonna have to talk.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, it's been a fun week in the Here's to many more good weeks. Anything else to say, Kev?
No. We will get back to you next week once I return, and hopefully we have some more exciting games to get y'all.
Maybe Justin's back. Maybe he's found someone to sniff. If not, sniff continues. And with that, for the NDA Podcast, it's been a pleasure. I've been Wex.
I've been Kev. Thank you for watching. Peace.
See ya.